Hey dudes, welcome to the Luka's Lyrics podcast where we talk all about me, Luka, my music and feelings. Let me play for you a special tune to get things started. That's what
How long have you been waiting for this?
That's what you, the audience, is feeling right now. Make sure to check out lucaslyrics.com for all my podcasts. Today, though, we have a very special podcast discussing the latest Miraculous Ladybug episode, Silencer, which is all about me. To help talk about the episode, I'm joined by some special guests. Delaney Stovall.
I hate this so much. Why is this going on?
April Collins.
Hello.
Sarah Dolman.
Hi.
And Dylan Hysen. Hi, Luka.
No, bye. I'm out. I can't. I'm out. The fact that you did no.
What are you talking about, Delaney?
I hate
I'm here too.
you. I have never hated you this much.
Calm down, guys. We gotta talk about my episode here.
Okay, it's the heavy breathing. You gotta stop.
I just breathe my emotions,
How
Delaney.
has anybody made it this far?
I'm just waiting to see how long you can keep this up.
No,
it's
don't.
Really exciting.
Well, let's talk about my episode Silencer.
I'm gonna have to leave. I can't do this.
Before you go, Delaney, tell us what you thought of my episode.
Well, obviously the worst part was Luka was in it.
What?
And the second worst part is this going on right now that I have to live through. Are we doing for realsies?
Yeah, tell me about the episode.
God. So as soon as I saw Luka, I was like, oh, it's one of those episodes. Shockingly enough, I actually really did enjoy the episode, save for Luka being like, oh my god, I love you, Marinette, and Marinette being like, oh my god, did he say he loves me, Tiki? Because apparently Tiki is the expert on love and human emotion, because that makes sense. And, I mean, I did think Luka made for a pretty good villain. Like, Silencer is a really cool villain. Except it's like, let's make Daft Punk a villain. And the whole point is that it's Daft Punk, and he doesn't actually talk. The hand puppet thing was, like, weird, but I enjoyed it. Like, it was cool watching the episode, but then when you think about it, he was talking with his hands, it's super weird. Like, why did he do that? I did enjoy where they, like, overlaid the voices. Like, when they, like they would have a lot of people talking at once. That was really cool. Cat Noir was a treasure in this episode.
Wow, cat love.
Obnoxious, but a treasure. I did enjoy, like, I'm really enjoying these weird developments that make Marinette really, really have to think out of the box, and then Marinette's such a genius that she solves these problems. It's not quite up there with the elaborate, I can't even put into words going backwards thing from, I don't remember the name of the episode, but that very elaborate thing that no one understood. But this is up there with tricking the villain into saying, how did you use your lucky charm? And then whoop, that was pretty good. I mean, overall I just really liked the episode. I'm glad their band got exposure. It's so weird. But I really did enjoy the episode. I think we had a great villain. He has a cool costume, and it was a pretty good concept, and I think it was well executed. I mean, it was strange, but everything is, so it's Ladybug.
Right on.
Also, Lucas sucks.
Me? I'm right here, Delaney.
You suck. That's Dylan and Luka, both of these.
What did I do? Delaney, your feelings, I feel like I have to express them through song. But
How many you have? What do you do? Like, is this?
I'm playing guitar, Delaney. But right on. You loved my episode. I love it. April, I need to hear what you thought of me in my episode.
Oh, Luka, you precious gem.
Don't encourage this.
Yeah.
Did you buy a guitar specifically for this?
I'm Luka. I always have a guitar.
There's some stupid button on his keyboard. It's like the what is it? It's the soundboard that died. It needs to die.
The soundboard's not here. Don't worry.
Is it an app on your phone? That would make sense.
Yes.
Anyway,
Did you say yes?
Yes.
I also really enjoyed this episode. I like that we're playing with this idea of like taking Marinette's powers away from her almost through like by stealing her voice, so she can't have her lucky charm, and then she also can't like capture the Akumas and things like that. So I really like that we're playing with this idea this season.
Like poking holes.
Yeah, like I like that we're like poking holes in the logic of like the mythology of what we know of our heroes, and so it's been really successful so far, and I think this one was even like more so. I mean, again, it's not as elaborate as Backwater was, but it's still like I enjoyed like Marinette just like sitting in like the dressing room like painting a lamp because she knows like, oh yeah, it'll like my lucky charm could be any mundane object, including a lamp. Also, I'm glad we could bring back Mare Lamp.
It's important.
But very important always. But no, I also enjoyed the villain Silencer. I thought that was a really like unique concept, though it was kind of creepy that he's like putting his two fingers to people's mouths. And whenever he first did that to XY, I was like, oh, this is really weird. Like, this is an intimate moment that the two of them are sharing.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of unique, I guess. I don't know. It made me feel like odd, but I guess by the end of the episode, I was, I guess, over it. And then, but yeah, anyway, so just caught up in the odd moment of that. But it was really good. Like, I enjoyed the concept of the villain. I liked his design. Not as much Hawkmoth, but that's okay.
Devastated.
Super devastated. Every time they said Bob Roth's name, it sounded like Bob Ross, and I just thought it was hilarious.
The point? It might have been.
Okay, because I just thought it was really, really funny that like every time they would be like Bob Ross, and I'm like, no, Bob Ross isn't here. Like, this is some jerk.
Also, Bob Ross is not nearly as terrible. I wanted that dude to shut up. I was like, why? Like, I'm really disappointed they never took his voice away. That would have been satisfying.
Yes, like I would have just like let his voice be silent
forever
after that. But that wasn't the plan, apparently. But I'm really confused too because Silencer was going to take Bob's voice at the beginning and then was like, no, my plan all along was to get him to admit it on TV himself. And I was like, but you were gonna, okay, whatever, Luka, that's fine. I died a little bit whenever Luka or Silencer confessed his feelings for Marinette, and she gets all flustered about it and has a moment with Tiki in the bathroom like a bunch of girls. And I appreciate that Tiki's like only lines this episode were about essentially Luka confessing his feelings for Marinette. So that was great. And I also enjoyed just Plog like changing channels and like thank goodness that he noticed that there was something going on outside, because otherwise like Silencer would have just run rampant. So but
the unlikely hero of the episode.
Right. Like
the one time he was paying attention.
The one time. So, also, I feel bad because, I guess we just don't have feelings for Adrian in this episode, but that's fine. Like, we're not even conflicted. We're just like, oh, Luka, like, this is a thing, apparently, that we're doing this episode, so who knows. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Sorry, I rambled.
It's okay, April. Thank you for sharing your feelings about me and my episode.
What do they sound like?
No.
That's what your emotions are telling me, April. Okay. Sarah, what did you think of me?
Yeah.
That's the only proper response.
Well, so going into this episode, I was like, well, I'm probably not going to be very high on it because it's featuring a character that's not exactly my favorite, who may or may not be here. But like, I was surprised to have actually really enjoyed the episode. Like, it was really fun, and Marinette's being a super genius, and I stan a super smart queen. And I love how she's just able to figure things out even when thrown new, different, challenging obstacles. Yeah, so like I was fun, and I found myself, in spite of the way the character of the show is featuring, having a good time as I usually do. I mean, except for like everything with Luka and his feelings for Marinette. But I think the best thing though is that we finally see and prove that Luka, you're not actually a perfect angel after all, and you're not always chill all the time.
Yeah, I got mad.
Yeah, which means I was right like several podcast episodes ago when we recapped Frozen, and I was like, you can't be that chill. So I was right. That's the best part of this episode.
I was angry because they were hurting my true love, Marinette.
Yeah, no.
It's true.
I love that Hawkmoth was the one who like outed him.
Right?
That's the best part.
Hawkmoth does not know that Marinette, that Ladybug and Cat like each other, but he somehow knows that Luka likes
Yeah,
Marinette.
he's somehow he's like, this is it.
I found it.
Yeah.
I found love.
I
in its
guess he
purest
knows.
form.
Sarah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I know you stan Marinette, but do you stan me as well?
No.
No.
Okay. Dylan, what
Don't
did you
do this. Don't. Stop it.
what did you think of this episode? Oh, Luka, I'm so glad you asked. Thank you.
Okay, we're all gonna leave, and this podcast is gonna be Dylan talking to himself the entire podcast.
It may be the greatest podcast yet.
I think that'd be the best. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Wow.
Giving me ideas here. No, just kidding. The Silencer was somehow the best episode of Ladybug ever because it featured Luka. No, it's shocking. I think that the Luka episode is like actually really good. It kind of is just like a season 1 episode. There's not a lot going on, but I think that everything was really solid. The presentation of Luka, he was at his best here. Thank you, Dylan. Yeah, you're welcome. You were fantastic in this episode, and I think that Marinette and Luka was somehow like the main focus of this, which was very surprising. But we know that Luka has true feelings for Marinette, so we'll discuss that. And I think the biggest thing is that Silencer, I feel like, might be in contention for the best villain of this show. I think everything about Silencer was really cool. Him talking in multiple voices. His design, like sucking people's jellyfish ghost
Better
voices
than
out of him.
Hawkmoth?
Okay,
Yeah.
Hawkmoth doesn't count. He's obviously number 1.
Whoa! I'm gonna tell Hawkmoth.
Don't tell Hockey, okay? He's
Gonna be so upset.
no, I feel of the akumatized villains. I feel like he was really good. I feel like that kind of made this episode. There's nothing like super spectacular standout here, no like zany moments, but it was just really solid. I feel like the whole way through. Thank you. I am the best villain. I don't remember that though. What happened? I don't even know what happened in this episode. I can't really give my thoughts on it. I don't remember any of it.
How is this still going?
Okay, let's move on. And I heard that. Oh, at the end, I do know what happened at the end, though. I told Marinette my true feelings.
Word from word. For
The
the exact same thing.
Right.
I can't help but express what's in my heart. It's just who I am and how I feel in the music inside me. I said, "You're the song I hear in my head since the first day we met."
Because that's so deep and means something.
Isn't that deep?
But like, why
No.
didn't you tell Marinette whatever in the Frozen episode?
I just
We are
couldn't-
not. This is. Now
I just
we're
couldn't
in
hold
fanfic.
back my feelings.
This is God.
Delaney, what did you think of me saying my real feelings and how Marinette reacted to that?
It was stupid, Marinette. You love Adrian. Stop it. I'm not here for a love triangle. I'm okay with. I can't remember her name. Is it Kagami?
Yes.
Kagami.
She's cool.
Okay, but like also at the end of Frozen, we knew that Luka could tell that Marinette liked Adrian, and he like let her go.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a jerk. He's changed his mind.
Yeah, so is
Yeah,
he now like
dude, why-
aggressively going after Marinette, like despite how she feels about other people,
Ex-
or is he
okay,
just
okay,
is he
okay.
just really like picking up on like? Because I mean, I feel like there's like a missing episode between like this one and everything else that we've seen, because it just seems super odd that Marinette isn't like having a complete meltdown over her feelings for Adrian and her feelings for Luka.
The thing is, I didn't ask Marinette out. I just couldn't hold back how I felt. I'm not trying to take her away from her feelings for Adrian. I just expressed what's in my heart. Yeah, I agree, Luka. I think you weren't. Luka.
Okay, no, now I think what they need to do, they're going to have another episode. And Adrian's finally going to spill the beans. And then Marinette's going to have to be like, oh my god, Luka, Adrian, and Cat Noir. And then I'm going to have a stroke. Because then she's going to be like, Cat Noir. And I'm going to be like, no, it's not what I wanted. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's still going to like give me a heart attack.
That would involve a feelings confession, though, so that would be fine. That we'd accept.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
Adrian, I need... So I would be fine if as long as they give the agency to like Marinette and like her having to choose as opposed to having some dumb like fight over each other or something.
I just want to see Marinette like lose it whenever, because I feel like the review, like the
They're
feelings
both gonna
reveal.
lose it.
Yeah, well, I feel like they're like she's especially gonna lose it because she doesn't necessarily like think the highest of Cat, and then
She's really come around like to
that's true. But I think she's just gonna like absolutely lose it and be like, "What? It's been Adrian this whole time!" Like, and she's just gonna like have a stroke right there.
They're
or
killing me. No, they're doing a really good job of like, building up this relationship between Marinette and Adrian, and then also Ladybug and Cat. And I'm like, y'all are gonna kill me. Like, I can't do this.
I will say the one thing that I appreciate the most about this episode is that it didn't act like I love that Marinette is obsessed with Adrian, but I like that her character like in this episode really shown because it wasn't centered around her being like absolutely insane over Adrian. Like she's just like hanging out with her friends and like putting together a video.
Well, and she's not, I mean, as annoying as it is, she's not insane over Luka.
Yeah. I think
she just likes this cute older boy. Who could blame her, right?
It's
plays
like
guitar.
a healthier obsession.
Don't do it.
Well, not an
And-
obsession.
And you know what? Like, I'm really proud of Marinette because she was the one who like approached Luka at the end. Like, like imagine like how much anxiety she had about like, Luka said all this stuff while he was akumatized, but like she's approaching him and asking him about it. Like, that's super brave. And then like now she's done something like that with Luka, who she obviously doesn't like as much as Adrian. Sorry, Luka. And it went well. Maybe she'll be more confident so she can do it with Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm not just a practice guy, Sarah.
Sorry.
I'm a real person.
Hey, Luka.
Yeah, you know what? You deserve somebody who loves you and only you. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's so right on. That's
Yeah.
so true. I think this episode was way more blatant than I think any of us ever thought about both Marinette's and Luka's feelings for each other. I think this was very surprising.
Well, I didn't know. Well, when she confronted him and he was like, I don't remember. I was like, typical. Am I shocked? No. But then when he actually said it, I was like, I'm shocked that this happened. Too. Wow. You just decided to say the exact same thing.
He didn't decide.
It was what was
Someone
in his heart.
decided he was going to say the
Someone
exact
did.
same thing.
But that would
I'm
have
just
been like
glad-
the true trick. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it would have been hard for her to hear anything else. Like it
true.
would have been way too easy for her to just push it aside if he hadn't said the exact.
Tiki, the expert on human love and emotion, too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the most
Tell her.
beautiful love confession Tiki has ever seen.
Tiki,
And Tiki has been
Sit- it-
around since the dawn
Forever.
of time.
the dawn of time, and this is the
I
most
think
beautiful.
literally, I think she was like, it was the Big Bang and then it was Tiki. Like, that was it.
Yes, and that's the most beautiful one. So really, I mean, Tiki is just all in on Luka over Adrian, apparently.
But see, I'm just glad that they didn't kiss. Like, I thought there was going to be something like that. They didn't.
Or
We
is
wouldn't
it-
be having this
is there a-
podcast right now. It would just be me screaming
Yeah.
in rage.
I'm surprised that I feel like I'm surprised the fandom is taking this so well. This episode, this is very anti-Adrianette, and yet people are like, it was pretty good.
Okay, but I was
because everyone
disappointed, though, a
believes in
little
the
bit.
power.
The power
I
of
was disappointed a little bit
Adrianette.
because
Yeah. Were you disappointed in me, Sarah?
no, I was disappointed because I was hoping there would be a shot of like Adrian after he's like detransformed, like looking behind a corner at Marinette and Luka having this romantic moment, and he's feeling sad, but he doesn't know why.
Drama. I love it.
Like, and I'm like, excuse me, but where are you, Adrian, discovering his feelings for Marinette plot? Like, please come and shine your brightness on this show.
This episode wasn't about Adrian. It was about me.
Yeah, well, it should have been more about Adrian. Sorry.
Yeah, I just need to express how that made me feel, Sarah. Yeah, that's how it made me feel. What about me as a villain? I don't remember it, but Delaney, did you think I was cool?
God. Yeah, it was Daft Punk. It was cool.
I don't know who that is.
Shut up.
I only know Jagged Stone.
Jagged Stone. God.
You know what would have been really cool if, with every like voice that he took, if maybe like instead of having like where you could see his eyes, it was like a screen, and then whenever he changed the voice, it would like have a cute little chibi version of them on the
Yeah, like Daft Punk. Yeah,
like Daft Punk.
That'd be
this is
good.
exactly. At first, I thought he couldn't use his voice because, like,
Yeah.
I couldn't. The first time he talked, I couldn't tell if it was his voice or that was it XY, whatever the
XY.
heck.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does use his voice.
See, I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
I don't
It
think
was
he
hard at
uses his
first.
voice at all.
Yeah.
I was like indistinguishable boy voice. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he had 4 voices. There's one scene when he's like threatening Bob. This was
Yeah,
like when
that was the one I really liked when he
Yeah.
used all of.
he
Yeah.
used all 4 voices. That was like a really well done scene. I was really into that. Just switching and like using different things, like saying things that the person would say. He's the weird thing. So it's a very weird mechanic. He's like pulling these jellyfish out of their mouths, and then he's also like talking with his hands.
And then the really scary little jellyfish is like talks like them, like
yeah, and it says
Yeah.
little phrases. Yeah, I love him talking with his hands the entire time.
It's weird, but I also I liked it until like when he started doing both hands, I was like, I'm out.
It
a
made me
little
think
silly.
of what's his face from Star versus the Forces of Evil, who has the snake hands.
Romulus.
Romulus, yes, that's what I kept.
It's okay when
imagining.
Romulus does it because the snakes are like their own entity and they talk to each other.
Yeah,
Yes, but Silencer, it's just his hands.
yeah. Sarah, what did you think about me as a villain?
Yeah, I enjoyed you as a villain. Because we hear other people's voices, we don't have to hear your voice.
What?
Okay, what I was gonna say was that it kind of like that sort of like taking somebody's voice and it turns into something, and then it like he absorbs it into his thing. It reminded me of the Little Mermaid and the voice taking from Ursula, which I liked because that was like my favorite movie as a kid. And like when Marinette gets her voice back at the end, she goes like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Yay!"
Was that
Like
is that a
Little
Little Mermaid
Mermaid moment.
reference? Yeah.
I mean, like very, very briefly. Like if she sang a little bit longer, it would have been like more. But
Yeah. Did Hockey just sit down and watch Little Mermaid and was inspired? I think.
Probably.
I think Hawkmoth just needs to like watch Disney movies to see what the Disney villains are doing, and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Is he watching the Disney movies by himself or
Oh,
with
by himself.
Natalie?
No, by himself.
Oh. I want him to like watch with Natalie.
That'd be
and he's,
cute.
like strategizing. They're together. They're like, all right. They're like finding inspiration in other villains. Like, so they
Yeah.
just got done watching like The Little Mermaid, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this Luka kid loves music." He's like, "This is perfect, Ursula, Natalie, Ursula," and he's
Aw.
just so excited.
That's a good fic.
I know.
Yeah, it's a romantic Disney date strategizing.
Or none of us are going to recover when they actually bring Adrian's mom back because they're going to be like, but Natalie, though.
You know what the show
We're
needs is
really gonna-
another love triangle. I think that's what we need.
Another
yeah.
one? Yeah, probably.
I'm just glad that we get to have Julika and Rose, and there are no complications.
No complicated. They didn't really do that much this episode, though. That was unfortunate. I mean, they sang, but we didn't get to see. I think they're singing together.
Rose just screaming unicorns is great, so it doesn't matter. Also, these were Fortnite masks. Are we all aware of this?
No, I don't know.
They all look like Fortnite masks. Like the style and everything, it looks like a Fortnite mask.
I guess that makes sense.
Darn it.
Is Marinette playing
creepy.
Fortnite?
She's a gamer. She probably is. It's probably something stupid like Eiffel Tower Night or something ridiculous. It's like Baguette Night or like I'm telling what stupid name they have for it.
In Fortnite? Oh, the name of the game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baguette Night? Yeah, that's a good name. Eiffel Night, yeah.
Eiffel Fight.
Eiffel Fight.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Oh my god, please, can we have...
Eiffel
We
Tower.
need a Battle Royale episode.
No, we don't.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm all about peace and love, Delaney. No fighting.
I will
Well,
say
then why
that-
do you get so angry?
Yeah.
Let's go over that. So what happened was, Bob was just threatening Marinette, and that just made me really mad. And so, and Hawkmoth said, I'm picking up on negative emotions of a great rarity. The anger of the creator whose work has been stolen by an unscrupulous individual, who, to top it off, cannot bear that someone made the girl he is in love with suffer. Go, my little Akuma, and darken this pure-hearted soul. So, several things there. First...
He called somebody else unscrupulous. Like, what the
Unscrupulous,
heck
yeah.
are you doing?
Thank
Where are
you.
your scruples?
Hawkmoth, he
None. You have none, Hawkmoth.
Scruples.
None. There are none.
Hawkmoth called me pure-hearted. Right on, man. It's true.
Okay, no. If you were so pure-hearted, don't you think you would have at least tried to like resist being akumatized, or not even be akumatizable because you're just so zen and pure-hearted?
Yeah.
I strive to be zen,
Why did you
but
describe him, God? You said Zen. Why?
we just,
Why?
I am zen, but we can't, we're we're all flawed individuals. And for me, my emotions are just raised by someone picking on Marinette. I
mean,
like her
I
too
can
much.
understand that.
Yeah.
I couldn't relate. So, yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I could be akumatized if somebody's being mean about Marinette. So,
Are we
yeah.
watching Ladybug and then we're watching Marinette suffer and then we're getting akumatized by watching that happen?
Yes.
Yes.
Except
No,
it's taking the Akumas a little bit of time to fly from Paris.
Yeah, that's
so.
true. No,
They'll get here eventually.
April watches Hawkmoth lose and then gets upset at that, and so
There's
gets
just
akumatized.
one.
Not enough
Hawkmoth's like,
Hawkmoth.
yes.
I've stirred the feelings of this podcast host once again.
Yeah, when are we getting akumatized? That's right.
She loves me.
Natalie,
He's-
you're being replaced.
Rip Natalie.
Oh no.
Hawkmoth also says he's a negative emotions of a great rarity. Again, I feel like referencing Luka being so zen. So
I was actually honestly surprised we didn't do like another like Akuma fake out, because Marinette seemed way more heated about the whole situation than Luka did. Like I feel like
I
it would have
agree.
been like a prime opportunity for Hawkmoth to just be like, like this girl, like I couldn't get her before, but I'll get her this time. Like
I don't know if they'll ever get them though, because they definitely emphasized the whole like, oh no, they see an Akuma and they're like, oh no, which they've even gotten their whole class to be like, no.
oh yeah, for it was Heroes Day, wasn't it?
yeah, it's yeah, that's true. Marinette was pretty angry, or could have been Akuma. No, it's because Hawkmoth was he was looking for any opportunity to akumatize Luka after watching Little Mermaid. I feel like we established that.
Do you
So,
think he was really upset that he did not get to like make Luka angry himself?
What if he called Bob and it's like, you should choose this entry,
And then don't give them credit,
and then don't get yeah.
Also, this whole thing could have easily been
You're
like,
fired.
avoid-
Done.
done. It could have been avoided too if like Marinette had just been like, look man, like this is the date of the video creation, like here on the file, last save date, and you're just now premiering this, so clearly
Yeah, I feel like there's actually interesting commentary there about how people believe people in power over kind of non-people, like kind of like power structures and dynamics. And when it's like a he said, she said situation, I feel like there's they kind of got into that with a few lines there.
Yes,
I mean, she could have just dropped the truth bomb on live TV, but then he would have been akumatized. So.
Is Marinette going around life just considering, is this person going to get akumatized if I do this? Like, clearly she's not, because so many people get akumatized.
I know it's a trope, but I do love, and I mean, I absolutely adore and wait for it every time. I love the, like, villain ranting, and like, you're never going to get me, and they're being filmed. It's my favorite. It happens in Coco. Oh my god, every time it happens, I'm like, yes, like, I like level up every time it happens.
Level up.
My favorite. So when he started ranting, I was like, yes, 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 yes. And then when it was Cat Noir, I was like, this is the best. This is my favorite.
He's just sitting on the camera too. It's great.
And then he like grins and thumbs up. I'm like, you're so annoying.
Delaney, are you a cat stan now?
I might be a cat. I got my Cat Noir.
You have a ring.
I'm a cat stan. I do have a ring. For those who don't know, I went to the Lexington Comic-Con and I bought the only thing I bought there was a cat ring because I saw it and I was like, oh my god, is it his ring? And I don't wear earrings. So I have a cat ring and I wear it. And sometimes I pretend that I'm Cat Noir. It's great.
Yes.
For the record, my girlfriend's also like, let me wear it. And then she'll be like, I'm Cat Noir. So,
everyone wants to be Cat.
It's great.
Wow.
I
should be Cat Noir.
No.
Oh, no, okay. What topic were we on?
Who knows?
Let's get back to all of our favorite Luka and Marinette moments because.
Okay, bye.
Marinette was just flirting with me this whole episode. I feel like I was flirting with her. We were so cute, weren't we? No? Oh, I think you were cute, Luka. Thanks. How about that time when I complimented Marinette's costumes and she was blushing at me? How about that time that we were working together on building stuff and then she was blushing at me again? Marinette's face was very blushy this whole episode, so I couldn't really tell on the outlet.
I did want to say, this reminds me, which the blushing thing, super obvious and it's stupid, like this sucks. Obviously it's because of the episode and what was going on, but Marinette was very expressive this episode and I was super about it. Like all of her faces at Kat when she was trying to explain things were the best. Like every time she made a face, it was the best face.
Yeah. She did have a lot of really good facial expressions this episode, which I really liked. That were sort of like, I think it also like played into the episode too.
Like she could be reaction gifs.
Yeah. Like so many reactions. We could probably get a reaction for everything except like crying because she didn't cry at any point in this episode. But I liked that too. That's I forgot to write down that I really enjoyed that. So
Sarah, Marinette Stan, did you appreciate that or other aspects of Marinette this episode?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's really nice because, like, you know, they take away her voice, so, like, you could, like, worry that, you know, that would in some way take away her agency, but, like, you know, she's, like, super expressive, and she's super in control of things, and, yeah, she gets things done, she solves everything, and, yeah, it was great. And I loved all of her faces.
I love every time she got, like, annoyed that she had to type a message to chat. Like, she was just like, ugh, like, and then she just, like, angrily, like, text away.
And she just, like, bops him with her yo-yo because she has, like, no time for his nonsense.
That was good. I like that we didn't do the thing where, like, he's reading aloud her messages and then responding to them. Like, I like that we're getting, like, just him responding to her. So, but, like, you're still kind of getting the whole, like, message or, like, the conversation as well. I really enjoyed that. Even though, like, I mean, it put, like, focus on both of them versus, like, solely, like, Ladybug or, like, solely, like, Cat Noir. So, I liked that.
Yeah, it's either the texting thing, I think, was good, and it's bringing a lot of people talking about how little Cat in this episode there is, but I think when he gets on, he's making the most of it because he's relishing in, I feel like, Ladybug not being able to talk to. It was too much from him. Was he being too much of a punk when
I think
because he is a punk.
Yeah.
he is a punk. But I'm like sad also that we didn't get like way more of him just like being completely absurd, like and taking like total advantage of her not being able to talk. Like that's kind of what I thought was going to happen.
He's
was
grown.
just like well, it just would have been really hilarious to just have him like super over the top, and he seemed very like tamed, and I mean it was fine, but I kind of like would have enjoyed that, especially because it like again like we're doing like this super zaniness from like season 1, and so I think it would have just been like really like well received, at least for me.
I think two cat lines that stood out where the cat says, "The magic ladybugs won't be able to fix the damage caused by silence." So we get the return of the magic ladybugs.
Which that's just a fact, though. That's the thing.
It is
It's a
true.
fact.
It is a fact.
This is now truth.
That's how it works, I guess. That's the world we're living in. And Kat says, "Maybe I can imitate your voice." Lucky charm, lucky charm, lucky charm,
He's
lucky
doing all
charm.
That was
crazy
good. That was really
poses.
good. It was really funny. I enjoyed that too.
What a punk. He's
He's
great,
literally
though.
so obnoxious.
It was great though, yeah. We talked about how the this in the intros. You guys talked about how the episode kind of plays with the mechanics, but let's get into that a little bit more because there's this scene of like Bob just being horrible and like using Ladybug as a shield, and then
He sucked.
yeah,
He really does. He also uses Marinette as a shield too. Like,
can anyone tell
as
me
soon as
what
I-
other Bob's 2 other major episodes are?
does he have other episodes?
Yep.
What?
He was in was it Troublemaker?
Yep. Troublemaker. Yeah. And guitar villain, the in season
Yeah.
1, yeah. That's
Yeah.
where XY is from. Apparently
Right, because
XY is
he's
a
like,
character, too.
because he's. I remember this.
Um,
I remembered XY.
I think Bob's always been like bad, but he was like really bad, and I think he was way worse in this episode. But I don't remember.
I found it like it was like like he just like he's really terrible, but it's kind of almost just like entertainingly terrible just because of how
Like Chloe.
like it just it's just so much like
I
it,
will-
like he shoves Ladybug at the villain and then just pieces out.
Is he worse than Hawkmoth?
What do you mean
Um,
worse than Hawkmoth?
Like
Hawkmoth's great.
in
That's
terms-
true. No one.
in
Like
terms of
Hawkmoth
being
is like
truly terrible-
incompetent.
Yeah.
I guess he's competent.
In terms of being truly terrible, yes, he is worse.
It's
Like,
He
Voldemort
akumatized
versus
babies, though.
Umbridge. Like Umbridge is like way worse than Voldemort. Like
Oh,
as
Oh,
a
yeah.
person.
It's a comparison. I mean, yeah, this is a good comparison. Yeah, Bob's the next Hawkmoth. I think that's what we're doing.
No,
I will
Hawkmoth
say-
is
I
so
was-
incompetent. It's important. It's like impossible to compare him to any other villain.
I don't think. I
No,
don't
we
think
can
Bob
compare him to God, what is his name?
From what?
I'm a bad person. From Mysticons.
Oh.
Dreadbane.
Dreadbane. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hawkmoth and Dreadbane are like the same people.
Yeah, it's a bumbling villain type of thing. Yeah. It's in this scene though. She's gets the voice stolen, and then she tries to do Lucky Charm, and then it doesn't work. And so like this.
just falls down.
Rip, yeah, it's an interesting that like you can't saying the thing activates it, so she can't use any of the moves.
Which didn't
and-
occur to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew obviously like
But-
while she was doing it wasn't going to work, but hadn't occurred to me previously.
But they also kind of set that up with backwarder too, because remember, like she
Oh, yeah.
needed Cat to say Cataclysm backwards
Right.
in order for it to like activate. So I guess shame on me for not paying that.
That's
close
a
of
good point.
attention.
That backwarder relates to this. Nice,
Okay,
yeah.
no one can feel bad. Like there are rules, but then they don't tell us the rules.
Yeah, no, this was not
The
stated. This
rules
was not
don't make
explicitly
sense,
stated.
so it doesn't matter.
We're
Yeah.
figuring out the rules as
Well,
we
it's
go
like,
along.
They were like, oh, you won't be able to de-transform. You can't say it, and you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't. I mean, it makes more sense that the problem would be she wouldn't be able to say transform. Like she wouldn't be able to go transform and wow.
Yeah, that one.
The de-transform though, like she would de-transform eventually.
Yeah,
but she'd
because
never
they
be
have
able to
the. It's
transform
like on
back.
a timer.
Yeah.
Well, she hasn't activated the Lucky Charm, and that's
Yeah,
what makes
yeah,
her
you only
de-transform.
de-transform after you
Oh,
activate
okay,
the
that makes
power.
sense.
Yeah.
When you said that, I was
Oh.
like, what? That makes sense.
But so how does that work with does that work in conjunction with like Cat Noir too? Because he doesn't
Yeah.
always use Cataclysm.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
if you get the beep beep beep, yeah,
once they use their power.
you can detransform on your own after, but you don't get forced detransformed.
Yeah, a lot of times, which they've been doing that more often is detransforming. We've had a lot more episodes where they generally it's when things are more complicated, where they've had to detransform. This
is a basic concept of the show, but it's one that is not like stated ever. So
I forgot. I did know that, but I forgot. But again, it's confusing because there are rules and they don't.
We're also adding rules, so it is hard to keep track. But I think this is an intuitive rule to add. I think it like really works with the episode, and then we get into the climax sequence where Ladybug makes the fake Lucky Charm, the lamp, and then gets him to say, "How could you have used your Lucky Charm?" And then she like throws up the thing as he says. I thought that was really well done. And the vacuum, she's like vacuuming up the voices. And like pops her voice back into her mouth, and
she catches her own. That was cute. Also,
Yeah.
I thought it was cute that the mayor's voice had the French flag on it.
I didn't notice that. What about the Eiffel Tower? Why is
No, it was just the French flag. No one
Okay.
had the Eiffel Tower. You can't steal the voice of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
Wow, that's deep.
I want to see an akumatized Eiffel Tower.
You know what?
Okay,
It could happen.
We've
It
talked
could
about
happen.
this, April. I feel like we mentioned this multiple times.
We're gonna
Did
get
the
it.
Eiffel
Did
Tower
we
in
go
this
to the Eiffel
episode?
Tower? Did we see it today?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. I don't think we did. See the
Oh
Eiffel
no,
Tower.
were we even in France in this episode?
Okay,
I don't
Sure.
think
Eiffel
so.
Tower gets akumatized because it wasn't in enough episodes.
It gets sad, yeah.
Yeah, if we weren't in the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre, were we even in Paris? No.
Yeah, no, I
No.
don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
This is again, this and Oblivio. I feel like Oblivio we wouldn't see anything either. Well, maybe we're taking a break from the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower is gonna be akumatized soon.
Okay,
because-
we'll look out for that. Yeah, we do the tricking Bob thing, and they get a record deal too.
Oh, I'm
Like-
glad she tied
Apparently.
him up.
Oh yeah.
So Ladybug has this whole thing about it's like it's not vengeance, it's vengeance, not justice. This episode, which I think is an interesting moral thing for Ladybug. I question how different tricking him is to not forcing him. You know, it feels adjacent.
I don't necessarily think that it was her intention for him to confess. Because it was Cat Noir. Like he had the camera.
You think it was just Cat's thing? Okay.
I do think so because Cat did express early in the episode he was like, we can get him to do it first.
Yeah.
And then like this whole thing will have taken care of itself.
Like I didn't take this as part of the plan. To me, this was more of it just happened, and it was like a convenient, like it just because he was an idiot, and it was just convenient.
Okay. Yeah, it's not something it was super planned by her. I agree with that. But yeah, I do like Ladybug kind of taking these moral stances that seem
Well,
very
she never wants. She doesn't try to get even. You know, sometimes Marinette has her like, you know, she has her days, and she has where someone gets akumatized, but she doesn't. You know, she does always try and make it right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think it definitely fits in line with her character.
I mean, there was Anna Maestro where they tried to do a bunch of really different terrible things to Kagami with
Yes.
Chloe's influence. That was Chloe's influence.
Yes. People were upset with her about that, but she's like Tony said, she's her days. There's Chloe there.
But she makes up with it usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good, a lot of great, definitely great Marinette Ladybug episode, I think here.
Yeah.
And then we end with Hawkmoth. You broke the code of silence, Ladybug. But
Like,
trust
okay.
me,
Oh,
I am
dramatic.
preparing a vengeance that will leave you speechless.
He is
I'm
so
excited.
annoying. Are you? He says this every week.
I have to continue to be excited for when he actually does something.
It's probably when he akumatizes a baby again.
That's his true vengeance, yeah.
He's like, you didn't think I would do it for the 500th time, but here we are.
Code of silence. Good job, Hawkmoth.
To be fair, I legit thought he was going to lose on Day of Heroes, so it's fine. Heroes Day, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fair.
he'll never lose. Guys, I'm back. You were talking about stuff I don't remember, so I didn't understand what was going on, but I'm back now.
Man, I thought we were done. This is.
I'm just here to get your closing thoughts on this episode.
Thank God.
How are
really.
you? How are you? That's not very nice. How are you feeling after we've hashed things out about everything? Are you free and clear? Do you feel Delaney, tell me how you're feeling.
This is the worst. Can we please ban Luka from like all future episodes and podcasts? Like, I can't live like this.
Cosign.
Thank you, cosign. Over.
You guys just need I'm sensing a lot of tension. I think you guys need a song right now.
No. Jesus. Do you have some? It's the stupid strumming app, isn't it? You were so annoying. God. I know you were like, I'm gonna download this.
Accurate.
A real guitar is too expensive. This app is for free.
Of course, duh. I know he didn't spend money on this.
No, obviously not. Well, I know. Bought the domain.
I hate you.
LukasLyrics.com. Check it out.
LukasLyrics.com.
My God.
Delaney, do you have no final thoughts here?
I did really enjoy the episode, and Luka was a great villain, but he needs to go away forever.
Yeah, right on.
Also, I need everyone to remember that this podcast was Dylan talking to himself.
You guys are here.
Are we? Are we here?
April, tell me how you're feeling.
I still really enjoyed this episode, and it was a nice little like surprise treat, which is fine. And I think that I will be less upset about us doing the Luka Marinette thing if it only pushes Adrian to realize that he is actually in love with Marinette and Luka isn't. His feelings are fake, but
my feelings are, I'm just speaking from the heart, April.
From the heart or from your
heart.
guitar?
That's true. My guitar is my heart, so
No.
that's a good point. Okay, thank you, Delaney. Thank you, April, for sharing your feelings. I forgot that part. Sarah, tell me how you feel about this episode and in general.
In general, I am exhausted by this, but let's see. The episode was really, really fun. I wasn't expecting it to be, but I thought it really was. It was fairly straightforward, but did some interesting things still. It was a great episode from Marinette. Luka, I get that Marinette is really great. She's super smart. She's all around the best, but you and her are not meant to be together, okay? And this episode needed more Adrian to remind Marinette that she's into him instead.
Thank you for sharing your feelings, even if they were hurtful, Sarah. Thank you. I just need to play what I feel inside your heart right now, Sarah. That's what I'm feeling. It's what I'm getting from you. It's your okay.
Yeah.
Dylan, tell me your final thoughts, how you're feeling. I'm feeling great, Luka. You were fantastic. Thank you for letting us on your podcast.
This entire podcast was Dylan like, I have such a great accent. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Yeah, Luka, you're great. Boo.
Look, I'm just being grateful for appearing on Luka's podcast, okay? So his episode is great. You're great, Luka. Thank you, Dylan. I understand how you're feeling. You're feeling, get these good feelings. And all of you are, despite any negativity, I get good feelings from you. So thank you for being here.
Dylan's gonna have to drink so much tea after this.
I know.
Accurate. I want you guys to make sure to check out LukasLyrics.com for all of my podcasts. And also, I'd appreciate any support on my Patreon for the Lucas Lyrics podcast. And like I do every podcast, I'd like to thank my one and only patron, Needle. Thank you for your patronage, Needle.
I believe that Needle would have funded.
I don't want to be on this Discord. There's God.
Thanks a lot, Needle.
Check out the Lucas Lyrics Discord.
I don't even want to go to. Oh my God.
That's fake. Okay. Thanks everyone, and just stay feeling good and my catchphrase, whatever that is. Yeah.
Burning out. Just
Everything's great, guys, and I'm
I
all good.
live
I know
on a
I was a
boat.
villain, but I'm
So
all good
cool.
now. I'm all good now. So, thank you
You'll
for
never get
listening.
angry again.
I'll never get angry at anyone again. Don't
Yeah.
except
Never
unless
gonna
they hurt
hate
Marinette.
Marinette. Adrian's gonna beat
No.
you up.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no hate inside his heart. Okay. That's. We have to end here. I gotta go practice my guitar some more. It wasn't enough during this podcast. So, thank you guys for listening. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I thought you were gonna strum your stupid guitar again.
That's a bad one. There you go.
I
Okay,
hate
done.
you. Like.